It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Sacramento Kings. Well, for Sacramento, they are digging themselves quite a hole here early in the season. They've lost their first 6 games. It's getting legitimately worrisome for them. One young gun we'll see tonight, Marvin Bagley. Cut in the mold of the modern age big man, can put the ball on the floor and score in a variety of ways, Kenny.
And he competes. I love a guy who loves a challenge. He accepts his responsibility and becomes a really good primary scorer for his team.
You know, gives you a lot of different looks. With a little more polish and strength, he could be a major factor in this league.
And with that, it is just about time for the tip. We'll see you right back here for halftime.
We're in a place they call the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Right on the water, the home of the Heat, where we're broadcasting live today. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. And with the road trip approaching, the Heat will play their final game of their homestand. 6th game of the season for them, and when you're 4-1 already, you've got a good feeling about each game.
And you know, for the Heat, gotta be one of the feel-good stories of this NBA season. Not many people were talking about them coming into the start of the year.
No doubt about it. They're one of the top teams everyone's talking about, top to bottom. Everyone in the organization, that means front office, coaches, players, just done an outstanding job this season.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Miami Heat has established that high standard for fitness. Even Eric Spoelstra has gotten into it in his late 40s. The Heat coach says when he's working out, I'm in a different place. The physical, emotional, and mental benefits, I'm hooked. Kevin?
As hard as he works, great that he takes care of himself, too. DA, thank you. Evident in this one, Brent, the youth movement in full effect. What advice would you have for inexperienced players who have to take on bigger roles?
The thing I always talk to younger players about, Kevin, is always accentuate the positives. Do what you do best and show that off as consistently as possible, and then take the summers to improve your weaknesses. Players always improve the most during their off season, but when coaches are asking you to accentuate your positives, stay right in that role and be the best you can with that. Work on the weaknesses in the offseason.
Helps, too, if you have a coach who's in that mindset of developing and showing some patience.
Well, not only a coach, Kevin, I'll go as far as to say that sometimes when you have a young player get drafted, for him to have a mentor automatically on that first team that he's with, starting his first 3 or 4 years in the league, is vitally important. And you'll see, if you go through track records, some of the most successful teams have had veterans in position where the young star is trying to find his footing.
Now Sacramento starting 5. Down low, it's Bagley and Cauley-Stein. Fox is at the point with Hield next to him at the 2. And it's Jackson in at the 3. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here's Johnson. That one doesn't drop, and the Kings going the other way now. Hield kicks to Jackson. Good on the three-point shot.
And if he can hit that shot, it spreads the defense out and really changes the complexion of the game.
Yeah, you could start to creep away off of certain people, but this is an early warning shot from him.
So it's Miami now. Sacramento able to drain the 3. Here's Dragic. Buries it down low. Dragic has got his first bucket of the night.
Well, the D was present and put up a good fight, but ultimately Dragic with the KO.
Fox against Dragic. Now here's Hield. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. Over Wade. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cauley Stein.
Yeah, just not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for Miami. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And that's what happens when you become too perimeter oriented. If you're not hot, you don't score.
I think if the coaching staff goes back and looks at the film and you assess the quality of looks, they're not going to be happy about it. At times they just failed to take advantage of the openings for the best shooters.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Yeah, there's not a rebound that Whiteside cannot get to when he's floating around the charge circle, reaches up, snatches that one down.
Fox passes to Bagley. It's hauled in by the Heat. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
And they had some trouble with this group a year ago. And it's a bit of a head scratcher as to why, given the way both teams ended the year. And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Back to Hield, wide open, and he nails the jumper.
And you love how Hield is always ready with his feet set. Once the ball hits his hands, it's off.
Dragic taking his time here. Johnson down low. Nope, not that time. Nothing for two from the field. Here's Hield. Offensive rebound. He dishes it to Bagley. Passes it to Jackson. Fox against Dragic. And Fox gets it to go.
The closer that Fox gets inside, the more effective he could say. I guess you could say he's good in the Fox hole.
Down low. It's stolen by Hield. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and two shots coming up. The Kings shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting. So some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Well, there's an old cliche, Kevin, we've heard or said a million times about speed killing. Well, perhaps no player is more emblematic of that than De'Aaron Fox. End to end, he could be one of the fastest players in the league.
Fox hits them both. Well, Fox is a blur in transition. Brent, his speed is a weapon.
Yeah, and he can use it if he has the ball or if he doesn't. Become a slasher and get into the teeth of the defense. Defensively, his lateral quickness and intensity also can make him a pest. It'll be nice to see if he takes some pride on that end of the floor growing up.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Richardson kicks to Dragic. Takes a three. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Really, that's all Goran Dragic. Terrific decision by him there to let that one fly.
Here's Hield. The shot from the low post is good. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Wade. 29 points for him last game against Portland.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
Pretty much all you can do on defense there. De'Aaron Fox, great poise in the painted area.
And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for Miami. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Richardson. Dragic against Fox. Dragic finds Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from the elbow. And it's off the back rim. No good.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
Jackson misses. For Miami, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Outside Dragic. Here's Wade. And again, it's the Heat missing.
You just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
Here's Hield. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Impressive how Hield can take contact and still remain laser focused on finishing a play. He plays much bigger than his body.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Hield. And a long way to go, Brent, but there are some early signs of a legitimate playoff contender, championship contender.
When we talk about that, Kevin, you and I always are leery of the fact of how many of these guys have had the experience of being scarred up in the early rounds of the playoffs, having to advance or beat a team that's proven before. Right now, there are some teams out there that are raising our eyebrows where we think they're going to have an opportunity. If they keep growing like this and they keep finding this type of consistency, they could be dangerous.
You'd like to think they're going to use those scars, as you say, from the past and motivate them even more.
Well, those are the teams who we believe can always take the next step.
Sure.
It's the young teams that are unproven, even though they're playing well, where we sometimes wonder, will they be able to maintain this kind of focus come playoff time?
Now, here's Fox. He has 6. Outside for Jackson. Right side against Fox. Over Johnson. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Heat trail by 6. Wade outside. Pass to Richardson. To the middle. It's stolen by Hield. Richardson against Jackson. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Jackson's got 5 points so far. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And the jam by Whiteside.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Here's Sacramento now. They're on a 15-5 run. Fox against Dragic. Hield outside. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
Well, Buddy Hield, not the biggest or most athletic player that's on the floor, but his work ethic is undeniable. He is a total gym rat. At Oklahoma, they had to lock up the balls. Otherwise, the guy would stay there all day long and all night.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Whiteside. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Johnson. Waiters, he's checked in for Richardson. And Ellington is subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Free throw drops for Hield. And Hield grew up in the Bahamas. The story goes they didn't have a court until he turned 12, so he built hoops out of whatever he could find.
Yeah, and whatever he found consisted of milk crates or bicycle rims that had rusted up, and he'd nail them up and shoot every shot he could at them, and they would get torn down, and he'd rebuild them again and again. He's shown that same determination in building up his game at the NBA level.
Now here's Dragic after Dion Waiters' miss. Outside Dragic. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. Sacramento leading by 7. Here's Fox. He has 6. The pass to Koufos. Hield outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Randolph trying to free himself up. Fox against Dragic. Passes to Adebayo. Dragic against Fox. No good from Dragic. And it's Sacramento's ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Fox against Dragic. Now, here's Fox. D right on him. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And looking at the numbers for De'Aaron Fox, how he did last season. Last season chipped in 11 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. You know, year one, he was learning the ropes. I think he's hoping to make a much bigger impact in his second campaign.
Absolutely. As a rookie, the game just goes incredibly fast. Sophomore year, things start to slow down.
Waiters for 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. Hield outside. Kicks it to Fox. Pass to Kufis. And here is Hield. Back to Kufis. Fade away. He's off on that one. And the Heat going the other way now. Outside Dragic. Pass to Ellington. Fires the 3. And it's Fox with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Hield the pass to Kufis. The feed to Fox. The pass to Bielitsa. Sacramento moving it around. From deep. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game. And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Here's Bielitsa. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Outside for Randolph. Again, the miss by the Kings.
And the defense is just not very aggressive. Definitely fortunate that the mid-range jumper did not find the bottom of the net that time.
Ellington the pass to Adebayo. Dragic against Fox. Now here's Dragic. He's guarded closely. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul. Sacramento making a switch here. Labissiere's checked in. .103 left to play in the first quarter. Fox, no good. So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to Washington.
Yeah, you're just not going to win many committing turnovers at the rate they did. That was just outrageous.
So hard when it's weighted like that and you're competing and you're making mistakes, and then on the other end, your opponent is playing flawlessly.
And here is Fox after Dion Waiters getting his 3 to go. Pass to Bielitsa. Three-pointer Hield. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Waiters. Kufis grabs the miss. The Kings shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
That's his first personal foul. 5th team foul. Shooting for Sacramento. Skal Labissiere. 2 shots.
2 shots.
And he makes the first.
At 6'11" and about 225 pounds, Labissiere is a long guy, someone who uses that size to his advantage.
Good on both.
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
The Heat trail by 9. Now here's Waiters. 8 points his last outing. And so it's the Sacramento Kings in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Right back after this break. Dwayne Wade talked about the potential of this team as well as the challenges they face this season.
If we understand our potential, can develop to be a great team in this season. But that's the hardest part, is understanding your potential when you have guys who's never been through it, as a collective group. So that's the biggest challenge, is to understand, okay, we're good, guys. We can win some games, but can we get to the next level of being great?
That's the veteran mindset a player like Wade brings to the group.
Exactly. I mean, he's fully aware of the importance of experience, a true leader for his team.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what do you guys think about the Kings here in this one so far?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Heat, Dragic and Ellington are together in the backcourt. Adebayo is out there with Kelly Olynyk, and it's Waiters in at the 3. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, the Kings signed some quality vets last season, but when the losses piled up, they decided to go young. Now, the focus is on development. The veterans still have a role, providing steadying presence on the court and in the locker room. Kevin?
David, it certainly is a balancing act. Thanks for that report.
Often you find him out on the wing, but Olynyk seizing the opportunity to go inside and dig out that extra possession.
Now, here's Fox. 14 points from him the last game against Washington. Back to Koufos. Healed outside. He kicks it to Labissiere. Here's Fox. From outside, off the mark. The Heat trail by 7. Waiters surveying the D. Pass to Dragic. Here's Adebayo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Healed with it. 20 points for him last game against Washington.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
Now here's Labissiere. And here we go. Fast break. Ellington's got the ball. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Now just a 3-point Kings lead.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Raiders for 3. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for Sacramento. On Tuesday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. Then on Thursday, they'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks.
And, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Here's Hield. Off the mark, and the drought continues. The Heat trail by 3.
Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete, or any season for that matter.
Here's Labissiere. Dion Waiters making his last shot. Hield can't hit. And here is Ellington. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Olynyk. Richardson comes in for Wayne Ellington. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Goran Dragic.
Wayne Ellington's such a confident shooter, such a great release, and he's able to hit his shot over the defender who was draped all over him.
So the Kings call timeout, their first. And Wayne Ellington enjoyed his best season in 2017-18.
Well, with Waiters out last year, the Heat were looking to somebody to come in and be a consistent scorer off the bench. And with that task last year, he was phenomenal at putting points on the board and staying hot all year long.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And stolen by Richardson. And it's the Heat on the break. Waiters gets a wide open look, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Waiters got the lead up to 4 now for Miami. Wade against Jackson. He feeds it to Fox. Pass to Bielitsa. Good ball movement here by the Kings. 5 on the clock. Here's Fox. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Now here's Richardson. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Portland.
A lot of those plays came off tremendous hustle. He was committed to ripping down as many rebounds as he possibly could in this one. Oh, nice move. He can do some damage in there if he's given the chance.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And Bam Adebayo, the 14th overall pick in 2017 out of Kentucky.
Yeah, his name seems to be pretty fitting, right? Like setting screens. Bam. Getting a dunk. Bam. Tremendous athlete, and he can throw it down with some of the best power forwards in the game.
Johnson, he's checked in for Adebayo. And a change for Sacramento. Cauley Stein's checked in. And Bielitsa kicks to Bagley. Fox against Waiters. The pass to Bielitsa. Now here's Fox. Bagley dishes to Fox. Right side Jackson. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Fox kicks to Bielitsa. To the inside. Clock at 6. And stolen by Whiteside. Richardson with it. Bielitsa's there. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Aside from one recent year, we've seen plenty of coaching changes. When teams come up short, do you think that position maybe gets too much blame?
Probably, and coaches know that's exactly what they're in store for once they sign a contract
and
to coach a
that
team.
Kind of money.
Yeah, all of a sudden they know that what happens on the floor, the end result is going to be whether or not I coach this team the next year and the year after and the year after. Interesting cycle of things that happens, though, Kevin, is when changes are made in a front office around the league. Sometimes the managers want to put in a coach where they feel either a little bit more comfortable with or a style of basketball that they're more comfortable with. And sometimes the success on the floor for the coach has no bearing on whether or not he's going to keep his job.
Right.
Because management would like to see a different product out there. So they become a victim sometimes of upper management movement and sometimes are removed from being the head coach.
Good thoughts. He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, the Kings are certainly in full rebuild mode, adding to this roster with a bunch of young talent. Last season, the bottom 3 team in both offense and defense, and a bottom 4 in rebounding. So plenty of room to make strides this year.
Timeout called by the Kings. And the Kings looking to develop their young players. Coach Yeager with a deep rotation.
Well, last season it was interesting. If you look at the minutes totals, there was no player that played more than 28 minutes a game. So a multitude of players getting tons of opportunities. And they added some veterans in the locker room to try to help those guys along and provide some mentorship.
Whiteside kicks to Wade.
Really can't say enough about just how good Wade is at catching the D off guard and getting himself to the free throw line.
The Heat have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
That free throw, no good. Well, the one thing the Kings have gotten right, Brent, is this new home arena. It is one of the best in the league.
Well, on warm Sacramento nights, what's really cool about this place is they open it up. So you got the natural airflow, it sneaks in, it feels comfortable here. Something these fans can take a lot of pride in with what they've done in downtown Sacramento.
That one is no good.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Jackson kicks to Cauley-Stein. To the paint, out to the right wing. Bagley with a wide open look. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Bagley's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Wade feeling it out a bit. Dishes it to Waiters. It's stolen by Bagley. And now Sacramento on the break. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I mean, he's a real wrecking ball inside. Once Bagley has solid position, you almost have to foul it. You know, when Marvin Bagley entered the league, there were some questions as to which position would he play, but the versatility he brings is special. He can guard a number of positions, score inside and out, and he is a tremendous rebounder.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
That's good from Bagley. And one thing you can't question about Bagley, Greg, his intensity level.
As competitive as they come. He's ferocious around the rim. Oftentimes, he looks like he wants it more than anybody else on the floor.
So he gets them both.
And the game Bagley has reminds me a little bit of Chris Bosh, a sweet lefty who plays with force and passion.
Now here's Wade. Now here's Richardson. Drilled from 11 feet out. Richardson's got 5.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Randolph against Johnson. Randolph passes to Fox. And that one drops for him. Fox has got 4 points this quarter.
Savvy veteran skills there from Zach Randolph. Has a good sense of when his teammates can get off those clean looks.
Here's Waiters. The Heat keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Passes it to Johnson over Randolph. And that one hits back iron.
I still love the shot selection. The defense wasn't really a factor. They need to be more aggressive guarding the mid-range.
Back to Jackson. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Heat leading by 5. Here's Waiters. 7 points in the game. Here's Richardson. Goes back up. And it's Fox with the rebound. Fox has got his 4th rebound in this one. Jackson in the corner. Back to Fox. 6 on the shot clock. And no good that time. Excellent D there from Waiters.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
Fox kicks to Bagley. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
Now here's Richardson. He's got 5. Here's Waiters. And it comes off the front of the rim.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Wade against Jackson. Over Wade. And with that, the Heat lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Jackson. The Heat shooting very well, 56% from the floor here in the second quarter. Wade finds Whiteside. Raiders against Fox. Now here's Waiters. He's tightly guarded. Miami no good on that time either. And the Kings with possession. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. And finished off by Bagley.
And how about the leaping ability of Bagley? He gets off the ground with ease to throw that one down.
Here's Waiters after the Kings pick up 2. From 6 feet. Wow, way off on that one.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
The question mark for De'Aaron Fox coming into the league was his jump shot, Brent, and his lone season at Kentucky, 21% from the three-point line. That climbed over 30% as a pro.
Well, hopefully he just has progression as a shooter in the league, and that'll be a major impact on just how far De'Aaron Fox's career goes, and if maybe one time in the Western Conference he'll participate in the All-Star game.
First one falls for him.
Well, the quickness of De'Aaron Fox really is incredible. I got a chance to see John Wall early in his career, and it was the speed that we talked about, but speed can kill. And if De'Aaron Fox can control it, he'll be fantastic at creating opportunities for himself and his teammates.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Olynyk, he's checked in for Johnson. Ellington comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Dragic in for Waiters. The league no longer wants to reward offensive players who throw themselves into defenders. Have you seen a big change in how those players, Brent, are being called?
I think the league's doing a better job of it, trying to examine when it is.
Seems that way, you're right.
Somebody gets up in the air and the offensive player leans in or kicks out and tries to draw some kind of contact. So it's been up to the referees. They've been diligent with it. I think they'll just get better with time.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for Sacramento.
And it's been pretty even between the bigs and smalls here. With the game still in question, we'll see which of these guys can take another step to take over the game.
Now here's Whiteside. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Portland.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Fox against Dragic. Oh, Whiteside in position, up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Just a great alley-oop there. Teammates connecting Whiteside with the jam. The D wants no part of that.
Fox against Dragic. Fox kicks to Randall. .58 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Richardson. Dragic with it, guarded by Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. Fox against Dragic. Pass to Jackson. 30 seconds left to play in the first half. 6 to shoot. Here's Fox. Hits it from three-point range. Fox has got 15.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Dragic against Fox. Now Dragic, 7 points in the game. Kicks to Whiteside. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 8.
Whiteside working on having a better all-around feel for the game, and that time makes a solid read.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Sacramento ending the second quarter with a huge surge, an 18-6 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. You know, that's our strength anyways. And for us, you know, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Tremendous first half. Glad to have you back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Sacramento came out looking very confident. At one point, they had a 9-point lead fueled by some entertaining defensive and offensive plays. And it was a 9-point lead for them as they finished the first quarter. At the end of the second quarter, they were playing magnificent ball on both ends of the floor, closing out the first half on a huge 18-6 run. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
The differential is the free throw attempts. And that's one of the big stories in this game tonight. They were being so aggressive and so smart that all they could do on the defensive end was foul.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Well, as we know, it's always a good idea to pound the ball into the paint. So many defensive game plans are focused just on stopping the three. When you hurt a team down low, they got to react. That allows you to play inside out. Trust me, I have the blueprint. I own the blueprint. I created the blueprint. Inside, kick it back out, shoot the three. Rick Fox, B. Shaw, and big shot, Bob for three. The crowd go crazy. I know you remember that, Ernie.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Welcome back. American Airlines Arena, visible on the far right of your screen in that overhead shot of downtown Miami. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Without question, De'Aaron Fox displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and the numbers don't jump out at you, but the impact on the game sure does.
Well, the commitment he has to fill his role and consistently fill that role, that's what that team needs from him.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Dave Yeager. Jackson and Bagley hold down the forward spots. Fox is at the point with Hield next to him at the 2. And it's Cauley Stein in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Wade. And there's another one for the Heat.
That's some tremendous confidence by Wade, and why wouldn't he have it? He throws the D and popped the J.
Dragic against Fox. He kicks it to Hield. Right through the D for the layup. Hield's got 15. Dave Yeager in his 3rd season with the Kings. Before that, 9 seasons, Brent, in Memphis, with 3 of those being the Grizzlies head coach.
Yeah, an interesting end to his time in Memphis as things just kind of went awry between him and management. But the personnel decisions is what it came down to. And he has a fresh start in Sacramento with a very young, very energetic team that needs some direction. Maybe Dave Yeager, the guy to get the job done.
Here's Hield, following the score by James Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Fox, no good. Heat shooting well. They're at 45%. For the lead, Johnson can't hit. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Sacramento. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
There's Dragic with the 3.
Fox is so good on the offensive end with his quickness. Why not use it on the defensive end? He did there.
Richardson against Jackson. To the middle. It's stolen by Johnson. Teardrop shot, and it's finished off by Wade as he lays it in. He has 6.
And a terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Hield kicks to Fox. Down low, and stolen by Richardson. Knocked away, and Dragic has it in the corner. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
For Miami, they've gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter, 50% from the field. On the wing, Dwayne Wade, covered by Hield. And the basket by Wade. Wade's got 6 in the quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Fox passes to Cauley-Stein. With some arc, and Fox finishes it off. Fox has got it all tied up now for Sacramento.
Yeah, 3 of 4 to start this half. Offensively, they've been great.
Outside Dragic. It's Richardson on the wing. Wade against Hield. 5 to shoot. Over Hield. No good from Wade. And for Sacramento, they're shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Here's Cauley-Stein, and Cauley-Stein throws it down.
And more improved floor awareness for De'Aaron Fox.
Dragic against Fox. Here's Richardson. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got his 6th assist on the night.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 9. To the inside. They kick out to Hield. Back to Cauley-Stein. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Cauley-Stein's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Richardson against Jackson. It's stolen by Bagley. Here's Hield, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And now a 4-point Sacramento lead. Miami's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Whiteside kicks to Wade. Cauley-Stein against Johnson. 13 feet away. Here's Whiteside and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters.
And there's the pass to Cauley-Stein. 6 to shoot. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That is his first foul of the game. Bam Adebayo's checked in for the Heat. Then for the Kings, Labissiere comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Bjelica in for Jackson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Wade. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 11 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
I just want to kick back and lounge here because when this guy's hot, it's a love story. And when he's cold, it's a nightmare. So sit back, get your popcorn. Let's see what he does.
Feeds it to Fox. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the Heat committing a lot of money for this hard-working bunch. Brent, how do they improve from this point on?
Now it's about player development, Kevin, taking advantage of the off-season, making sure the guys are improving upon their weaknesses and staying sharp with their strengths. They're going to have to find a few more diamonds in the rough out there to add to this roster and maybe set themselves up in free agency to lure somebody down the South Beach. And we'll see if they can do that. The front office tends to get creative in that way.
He's off on the first. And the Heat with some changes. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Whiteside. Dion Waiters comes in for James Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Dwayne Wade. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Well, the Kings entering their second full campaign here without DeMarcus Cousins. Did they get equal value in that trade that they made? Probably not, but they have the flexibility and they've added to this roster with some young talent and see if they can make some combinations here work to escape the mediocrity that they're in.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And Fox gets it to go.
And De'Aaron Fox having one of those nights where he's feeling it.
The Heat trail by 6. Dragic finds Olynyk. And it's Waiters atop the key. They get it back. Throws it down despite the man right in his face. A chance here for a three-point play.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
Well, especially when the game is this close, you recognize with your instincts the opportunity to help your team out. Just never flinched.
Kufis checked in for Bagley. And that one misses. And the Kings talked about a culture change as they parted ways with Cousins. Brent, do you see it that way?
Well, DeMarcus Cousins was learning and growing. And the interesting thing you go back to is his relationship with Denver Nuggets coach now, Mike Malone. It seemed like they were on a good path, and then a lot of other things happened around this basketball team. So just trying to clear the air, trying to make things fresh and new. They have the new arena. I think that's helping them along. But now it's incumbent on the front office to deliver with this clean slate they have in front of them.
Dragic against Fox. Back to Dragic. Passes it to Olynyk. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. On defense, Sacramento, they've led by as many as 11 points.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Now, here's Fox. 19 points in the game, and that one good.
Well, this is when Fox is at his best. Once he gets a step on the defense, you're pretty much going to read the back of that jersey.
Waiters passes to Olynyk. Swiped away. And now the Kings fast break. Fox leading the charge. Basket good. And it's a 10-point Sacramento lead.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
Now a timeout called by Miami. Well, Brent, the Heat with an experienced front office and one of the best young coaches in the league in Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spo has done a remarkable job. Tremendous amount of respect around the league for the way that Eric Spoelstra goes about his business, the way he handled the title runs and all those personalities and those dynamics. He has been fantastic and will coach in Miami for as long as he wants to. The way he goes about it is pride, work, and respect for anybody that walks through those locker room doors.
Zach Randolph is checked in for Labissiere. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for Miami, trailing by 10. Pass to Olynyk. Kicks to Ellington. Outside Dragic. Drops in the tray. Dragic has got 10 points.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
Randolph up top. Good ball movement here by the Kings. On the wing, Heel. 6 on the shot clock. From about 19 feet, it's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Inside. Ellington kicks to Dragic. Olynyk high post. Waiters for 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. Hield's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Fox. Hield outside. To the left wing. Puts one up from 19. And the shot is long.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities. And the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better. Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Kings leading now by 5. Fox passes to Koufos. He kicks it to Heel. Randolph inside. He's against Olynyk. And Fox has it in the corner. Now here's Dragic, the fast break opportunity. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. And that one, good. And now just a 3-point Sacramento lead.
Dragic on the break. You never know what he's going to do, but luckily for his team, he made an outstanding move there.
To the paint. Here's Randolph. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. The Heat shooting approximately 43% in the third quarter. Waiters outside. Tipped away. Stolen by Randolph. And the Kings pushing it up now. And it's Fox with the jam.
I think opposing coaches have nightmares about De'Aaron Fox being out in transition. We got to see why right there.
Dragic against Fox. Waiters outside. High arcing shot, and he sinks the layup. Waiters got 9 points.
Well, he's 1 for 5 in the quarter, and his body language is saying a lot about where his confidence is. Rattled just a little bit. Maybe the next open look will start him up.
Now, here's Fox. 25 points in the game. With the Timberwolves' playoff appearance last season, Brent, in 2018, the longest playoff drought in the NBA now held by the Sacramento Kings.
Yep, 12 seasons for the Kings. on the outside looking into the playoffs. And in that time, their one-loss record, they've won just 35% of their games. So fans hoping that the Kings can crown off a season by getting themselves into the playoffs.
And the first one at the line is good.
And head coach Erik Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
Richardson, he's checked in for the Heat. Fox hits them both. Miami with the ball. Dragic with it. He's got 14. 29 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Ellington finds Dragic. 5 to shoot. There's the double team with Randolph. From deep. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Just testing out the cannon on that misfire.
Yeah, we've seen him make this shot work, but they can do better.
Healed, can't hit.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we've reached the end of the third. Kings lead by 5. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Head coach Erik Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Everybody be patient, be on the same page. This game is ours.
And you hear Erik Spoelstra, instead of pumping his guys up, looking to settle them down just a little bit right now.
A great point, Kevin. It's important that no one individual takes it completely upon himself. Sometimes it's guys just trying to self-will it. You got to trust each other out there, and that's what Coach wants to see.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Wade and Richardson, the two wings. Olynyk is out there with Adebayo, and it's Ellington in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now here's Jackson. Outside, Randolph. Now the pass to Fox. That one off the back iron and out. Miami trailing. Richardson gets a wide open look. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Fox. With the teardrop, and it's good on the layup. Fox has got 14 points here in the second half.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Wade outside. Pass to Olynyk. Ellington with it. Fox with the steal. Shoots over Ellington. Jackson kicks to Fox. Trying to find Kufis. Gets it to him. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's foul number 2 for him. The Heat making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And then for Sacramento, Willie Cauley-Stein. He's checked in for Kufis. And it's Bagley in for Bielitsa. Cauley-Stein passes to Fox. Clock at 6. Johnson over to help. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And Miami has possession. The Heat trail by 4. Pass to Richardson. Kicks to Wade. Over Jackson. That misses off the backboard.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. And so it's Wade. He'll bring it up for the Heat. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
As soon as Wade looks up and sees his teammate all alone, simple pass, throws it ahead, uncontested J.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Oof, he's had a dismal second half, Kevin. He did a great job getting the ball to his teammates and working it around in the first half, but the second half, not so much.
The Heat making a switch here. Whiteside's checked in. The Kings also at the sub. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Zach Randolph. To the middle. Here's Johnson. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Goran Dragic is checked in for Wayne Ellington. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. There's the pass to Wade. He kicks it to Whiteside. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Fox against Dragic. Just 5 to shoot. Johnson in the corner.
The wheels have completely come off for him here in the second half.
Puts it up from 17. Another shot, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Hassan Whiteside.
You forget about the size of Willie Cauley-Stein because of the way he moves out on the floor. Great job of drawing a foul in the paint that time.
Well, Greg, and Willie Cauley-Stein, a live wire 7-footer.
I mean, he's got great foot speed for his size. I just like to see him really become more aggressive offensively and try to improve that skill set. But his mobility is so desirable in today's game.
2 shots. That's on the first.
And that one falls for Cauley-Stein.
Some potential still left in the tank here for Cauley-Stein, who is seeming to gain more and more confidence and knowledge about how to go about his business over the course of an 82-game season.
And so he hits both. Willie Cauley-Stein, the 6th overall pick back in 2015. Brent, how do you evaluate his progress as an NBA player?
Well, I think it's been a tough situation in Sacramento with so much changeover in personnel, a coaching change as well. And he's still pretty raw offensively. He was drafted out of Kentucky as a defensive player, and that's so far where mostly his impact has been felt.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Top of the key, Bagley. From downtown.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second. Well, the fact that he has that many rebounds for a guy of his size and stature shows you he truly cares about grabbing possessions off the rim.
Now here's Hield, and he lays in the alley-oop.
Well, that's good teammate stuff right there, looking for your guys. Buddy Hield has a strong feel for when to give it up.
Wade finds Whiteside for the 3. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dragic. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. They'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets. Then on Saturday, they'll continue the road trip heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. Sacramento leading by 4. Fox passes to Begley. To the inside, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Really, it's about valuing the possession. It seems like he's trying to manufacture offense out there rather than just letting the play develop.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now here's Johnson. Defense right on him. Back to Dragic. 6 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. Another miss by Dragic.
I think the D is just fine with those kind of shot attempts coming from him there because he's not hitting anything right now.
Healed with it. Wade picks him up. Dragic comes with the double team, and it's Dragic with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Fox against Dragic. Jackson kicks to Fox. Clock at 6. A floater. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The Heat trail by 4. Outside Dragic. Pass to Whiteside. And he drops it in from the low post.
Interior D lacking, and it couldn't be at a worse time giving up that easy one.
Well, just an incredibly slow rotation. That is someone's responsibility and something they're going to need to discuss.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. Fox. The rebound by Johnson. Healed against Wade. Now the feed to Richardson. Dragic kicks to Wade. To the inside. And there's Richardson. That's good on the assist by Wade. And that ties it up.
Well, Richardson came in shooting threes and thought that might be the only thing he could do. He's no one-trick pony.
Fox against Dragic. Fox passes to Hield. Sacramento again missing. He'd have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the 4th quarter. Good ball movement here by Miami. Dragic finds Wade. Shoots over Fox. No good from Wade. And for the Kings, they're shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Dragic against Fox. Lets a floater go. Miami's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Here's Johnson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Heat lead by 2.
Well, the strength of Johnson, they're hard to contain. Adept at scoring despite getting bodied up.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And what a story for Hassan Whiteside. A 2nd-round pick back in 2011. He's bounced around. I mean, the G League, China. He even played over in Lebanon. It wasn't until 2015 that he emerged seemingly out of nowhere as a factor for the Miami Heat.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Goran Dragic.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Dave Yeager went over with his team. He told them to stick with it. He said, this game is right here, guys. This is our game to take. Precision, purpose, and poise. Kevin, we'll see if they can get it done.
And Whiteside in 2016 receiving a 4-year max contract, Greg, from the Heat.
Amazing how far he's come. Set the franchise record for most blocks in a game. And pretty impressive when you think of the big men who've played for the Heat. We're talking Lonzo Mourning and Shaquille O'Neal, no less.
Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one.
Remember back in 2016, James Johnson signed a make-good contract with the Heat. He's transformed his body, going from about 274 to under 240. And in the following season, they rewarded him with a 4-year, $60 million deal.
And he's good on the second. And for James Johnson, losing all that weight seems to have unlocked his versatile, high-energy game, Greg.
Yeah, and this lower weight, Kevin, this guy's a wall of muscle. You combine that with the greater mobility, and now he possesses an athletic advantage most every night he takes the floor.
Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Fox.
Well, trying to figure out ways to score through contact, De'Aaron Fox does not back down.
Wade dishes to Dragic. T-Wade on the wing, covered by Hield. Looking to get back on track here, and Dragic gets it to go on the assist by Wade. Wade's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Fox. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Fox has got 8 points in the quarter.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Cauley-Stein kicks to Fox. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Fox has got 37.
That is a mature play from De'Aaron Fox. Not afraid to take the big one.
Here's Wade. It's deflected. Over Hield. Sacramento grabs the miss. Cauley-Stein's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And here is Fox. Hield outside. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Richardson with it, outguarded by Fox. Richardson kicks to Dragic. From outside, off the mark. The Kings trailing. The drive by Jackson to take the lead. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Well, those kind of shots should come with a warning label. Caution, Hassan Whiteside is around. He's simply one of the best shot blockers in the league.
Now, here's Richardson. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And Richardson under complete control right there. Doesn't matter if it's first shot or last shot, he's a gamer.
One shot, gentlemen.
And really a great job to maintain his composure. How about the body control there? Now he gets the and one and turns this into a 2-possession game.
The Kings trail by 4. Up top, Hield. Wade is covered. It's good. And that's now 19 points for Buddy Hield.
Oh, the energy Hield is playing with right now. What a huge possession, ready to rip it.
Fires from the wing. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Well, something in this frame for sure, but when you're out of rhythm, sometimes it's better to play the role of being the facilitator.
Now, here's Fox. Outside Jackson. Sacramento needs to get off a shot to take the lead. Fox, no good. And it's Wade with the ball for Miami. The lead is 2. For 3, Richardson. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And maybe the natural-born leader that Josh Richardson is showing up in a big way.
1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Hield against Wade. Pass to Jackson. Pass to Fox. Wade against Hield. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Stolen by Jackson. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Hield. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, Hield just keeps coming right after you again and again as a defender, and eventually you'll tire out and make a mistake with a foul.
At the line for 2.
2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
And Hield is a player who you love to see take trips to the free throw line, as consistent as he is there.
Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. He's perfect from the line this time.
And that makes it a one-possession game, guys. Got to be the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
Well, we can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Now, here's Dragic. Six on the shot clock. Wade outside. Over Hield. Wade can't hit. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're down by 3. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it in a contested 3. Never an easy shot.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
Got to get a 3. That's the only thing that's going to do it.
And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You got to love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's going to happen. How is this thing going to play out?
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Goran, congrats on the win tonight. Bench really came through tonight. What all has to happen for this team to really be clicking?
I mean, everybody's playing hard, you know, even the guys from the bench. You know, we need everybody, even including the bench. Everybody have to be focused, play hard, and especially in defense.
True team effort, got it done tonight. Thanks, Goran. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you later.